Hello recorders and Digidestins, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Steven. Well, before we get on with the show, I'd just like to give a special shout out to the main man himself, Colin Bass, which Colin, I don't think I've ever met anyone that loves the Digimon community as much as him. Like, you guys have got to check out his fan films, Digidestins, which I'll leave the links down below in the comments. Like, they're really good and it's like filled with so much passion and love, and especially how he brings back the voice actors for the projects, which, gotta give the man his props. So go check those out, and it's recording time!
Yes, it is.
Lord Raymond! That's all I know how to say.
In real life, too.
All right, guys, welcome to the official Digimon cast panel at Anime Las Vegas. I love you guys. The people that still rep Digimon and are so proud of it are why we're here, right? It's just awesome. So thank you so much for showing up. I'm going to go through who I am, then we'll talk through, but there is something that I did some research on. You guys have played so many more characters than a lot of people know. And I was joking around that like if I listed all the characters you guys played, it'd probably take up half the panel. So you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm gonna dive in right now. My name is Colin K. Bass. I'm your host, and I'm gonna pass it to my right. Please tell us your name, one character or two characters that you play, and then we'll continue on to the panel.
All right.
I'm Brain Beacock. I played Takato in Season 3 of Digimon, Bokumon Season 4, and Agumon 2.0 in Season 5. And I'm also Monokuma and Octagawa and a bunch of other characters.
So should we start with Digimon first?
Well, this is a Digimon panel.
So probably, right?
Yeah.
I'm smart.
Oh, yes.
Let's see. Zoe from Season 4, and Kazumon, of course, her ulterior ego. Lotmon and Telamon. So,
It's great you have it memorized. There's a lot going on.
Thank you.
My name is Erholtz. I play TK from
Season 2 of Digimon, baby.
And I played a really bad version of Jack Nicholson as Metal Seadramon. Faster, faster, next stop, disaster!
My name is Lex Lang. I play Ty. I'm sorry. I play Wargreymon. I play Rapidmon. I play Omnimon. I play Cyberdramon.
Wow.
And I think that's it. Maybe another 10 or 12, but those are the four I remember.
Nice.
Yeah, the Digimon Wikipedia is pretty long for all of you guys. It was so fun to go through it. I just am so appreciative to be on here with you guys. You guys are a huge part of all of our lives. It's so fun to be here. How's everyone doing? How's Anime Las Vegas treating you? And how about the amazing Digimon plus a bunch of anime? How are you guys doing? Everything good?
Everything's good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna dive into my questions, but I do want you to know that we love audience participation. I will bribe you. I have free Digimon cards. We got some figures right here. Like, we love talking to you guys, but I'm gonna hog the mic for a little bit, so bear with me. You guys have done so many different roles within the digital world. I was going through a Digimon wiki, realizing how much you do. Is there a character that you think deserves more spotlight that you've done within the Digimon franchise? Brian, do you want to start us off?
I don't know that Takato deserves more of a spotlight, because he certainly had a spotlight in the season, but I do know that, maybe you guys know, in Japan, Takato, Enrica, and Henry come back in a season, right?
Oh.
But it didn't happen in the US because the show got canceled, so I never got to play Takato again. here. So I do wish that would have happened.
I would love more Takato for sure. I love Takato.
I mean, I would have to say Zoe for me, just because she was my lead role, in the show. And I was, it was every week with her recording for that season. So that would be my pick.
Perfect.
TK all the way, baby. Because, there's always that little TK Davis rivalry. And Davis had the goggles, he had the flashy Digimon, but let's be honest, everybody fell for TK the most.
TK was the safe choice.
He was the sweetheart, yeah. And Kari liked him best.
That's true. I'd say War Greymon, how can you not want to spotlight War Greymon? But Rapidmon, I think, deserved a little bit because his voice was kind of like superhero-like. It was like, we should probably get there soon. It was like, not like the normal Digivolved. And, Black War Greymon in Digidestined.
Oh,
Tell us about that. Yeah.
Just
thank you so much for saying
That's
that.
a great. Did you guys see the Digidestined that Colin has done? It's amazing fan films.
I
Absolutely
secretly have
incredible.
been recruiting this whole convention. So
Yeah, he's awesome.
Why am I playing KT?
Sorry,
I'm playing the new character in your show, right?
I have a
KT?
conversation for you after.
It's like the evil
I want
TK?
all of you. I want all of you, to be honest.
Write it.
Lex, I love you as a person, but I had Cyberdramon toys and like Justimon and everything from Tamers. And I just found out that you play Cyberdramon. Yeah. He was so dope. Any Cyberdramon fans out there from Tamers? That guy's awesome. So it's so fun to realize how much you guys all do. It was baffling to me. And as the moderator for this, I was just so surprised. I want everyone to know. Please go to Digimon Wiki and see all the amazing things that these guys do. It's been so fun to see that.
I need to go to Digimon Wiki. I don't even
So see
remember
what we
like
did.
that.
Michelle, your list is long too. You might
Is it?
Yeah, it
Will I
is.
be surprised?
Yes, Brian, we did the Digimon panel at Pasadena, and you're like, I had to go look up what I did last.
I'm always Googling myself.
It's been like 20 years, really.
Sometimes though, we'd go in for a session and we'd do the main character we have, and they go, "Oh, we have this extra character Dramon or whatever, and we'd have to do these 1 or 2 lines, and then they'd come back and we'd come back, and it was like you never knew what you were going to get with Digimon.
Yeah, that's
Lex,
true.
that's my favorite character, extra character Dramon.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's so great that we're here. But we can all agree that there's a big surge in anime popularity. I want to know from you guys who have been there since the get-go, right? Like I was there with you guys watching, not a part of it. But what makes you think, why did anime get so
Pandemic.
popular all of a sudden?
Pandemic.
Pandemic, really?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Everybody had to shelter in place for a couple of years, and people that
Got to
weren't
binge.
fans of anime started going, hey, let's check this anime stuff out.
I
There
think
seems
it
to be a
was
lot on
before
it.
then. I think it started before then,
What
and
I
it was
think-
because of streaming.
Streaming,
Yeah.
yes, that's a huge part of it. I think
It's
also
made it more accessible for everybody.
for sure.
I think when a company like Netflix and Hulu and Amazon see that there's money to be made, that's when it happens. And even if they're not creating their own show, they're acquiring more that already exists, right? Because it is all about money, but it's thankfully the fans that are supporting it.
I also think that pop culture began to merge different things. It used to be like anime was over here, video games were over here, superhero stuff was over here, comic books were over here. And then everything started to merge together in the Comic-Con form. And then people who were gaming fans got access to anime and vice versa. Everybody started getting more access to all of it. So that fan base rose in all the categories, I think is what happened.
We are no longer marginalized. We are powerful.
Yes!
speaking of which, this is my 3rd Digimon cast panel. I am so happy to be here. I recognize a lot of you guys. We've done this together before. Michelle, we are new friends. But I had an interesting conversation at Pasadena. Brian and Lex were there about how you know that a Digimon fan is coming up. The thing that sets the Digimon fans aside, this is Brian's words, quote, is that they're proud. They are proud to be a Digimon fan. And you guys are doing so much in so many different anime and acting and everything else. Is there something to you guys, in your opinion, that sets Digimon fans aside?
A youthfulness.
But there's also that, Digimon was a part of so many of our childhoods. You'd get Fox Kids, you'd get that bowl of cereal or whatever, you come home from school, or on Saturdays for many people, Fox Kids. That was your Saturday routine. You'd wake up, you'd get your cereal, you'd start watching Fox Kids, and Digimon was at the front end of that, And so I think it's nostalgic for so many people. They like feel that happiness that you do when you're growing up and you're just like Saturday morning cartoons, that kind of vibe.
Love it. Anyone else about different Digimon fans? What sets them apart, if there's anything?
I do think, at least for Digimon Tamers, I know that the season just had so much heart and it was so much about relationships and stuff. It's not necessarily the kind of anime that's being made anymore, or maybe I'm just not familiar with it, but I know that it had it was a different style of animation, different style of cartoon. And even people that are watching the show now, the young kids, it still has that weird kind of like heart and nostalgia vibe to it, even though they're watching it in 2023 and not back in 1961 when it was made.
I was there. Michelle, anything that you see from Digimon fans?
I'm trying to think, I feel like my Digimon fans kind of come out of nowhere.
I love that. Yes, we are there.
Yeah,
We're
it's
there.
like, because from the shows that I do, it's like, okay, bleach, Gurren Lagann, Digimon!
Yes.
And the Digimon fan would be really hardcore into it. And I'm always surprised. It always takes me by surprise, in a good way. I'm always like, oh my God, Zoe. I get somebody, I'm trying to remember which convention I was at. Somebody brought me this Zoe collector's card that they had put in, it was one of those magnetic trading card cases. And it was worth a few $100s, and this guy just gave it to me. He's like, here, I've had this for 10 years, and I've been waiting to give it to you. I was like, oh my God. So
she then signed it and sold it on eBay for $1 million.
No, actually, it's up there right now. If anyone wants to bet on it. No.
Also, you can see a Digimon fan approaching because they're coming up with their VHS tape. So
I had that today. Anybody else?
I signed a VHS today.
Yeah.
Two of them.
VHS tape. Oh my God.
I would love to have a Digimon VHS tape signed.
I have them all.
Yeah, that's so cool.
That's
All right,
awesome.
so I dove a little bit deep into it. I got a real easy question for all of my amazing friends up here. Cutest Digimon.
Patamon, baby, all the way.
Agumon.
Come on.
Yes.
Steve Bloom will kill me if I don't say Guilmon, so it's Guilmon. He's watching. Steve Bloom is everywhere.
Guilmon and my dog have the same personality. It's very
that right?
Yes, it's so funny.
Your
'cause
dog?
Yeah, so I have a little dog named Marlo. She is just the best thing, made me a better person. But she is exactly like Guilmon in episode 1 of your season. It's sniffing around, and I'll be like, where's the food? What's going on? And I will talk as my dog. Like Guilmon and her have the same. Is my girlfriend here, Shelby? You out here?
Is that your dog voice?
No, it's the Guilmon voice.
I know, but do you?
Oh, I
use the
do.
Guilmon
When my
voice
dog
or
is
your
being
dog
like
voice?
Guilmon, I'll be like, where's mommy? We're in the other room. Okay, you guys got to know a little bit too much about
Brilliant.
So, I know this is a Digimon panel, but I think we can all agree that we love anime and we want to see more, right? We want more, like video games, comics, manga, everything is kind of evolving, digivolving into something else. And you guys are a part of so many different anime. This does not have to be Digimon. But the things that you are a part of, what would you want to see live action?
I think Jujutsu Kaisen live action would be pretty dope.
I would love
That would be really, really cool.
I want to see JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Live action.
That would be crazy.
That'd be
That
nuts.
would be really crazy. JoJo's.
It'd be bizarre.
It would be.
It's an adventure.
I mean, they already did a Bleach.
They did a
live
Rurouni
action.
Kenshin too.
Did you watch it?
Cool, if anyone saw that live
I
action.
didn't.
Lupin the Third would be pretty cool
Lupin
live.
would be fun.
That'd be really
Hey, anybody see the Lupin the Third movie, the CGI one? Yeah.
fun. On the third to first.
I think they really did a hell of a job going from 2D to 3D, right?
We got half of the cast right here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely Bungo Stray Dogs. Live action would be great.
I can see that.
Which
Oh
one?
yeah,
Bungo Stray Dogs. Yeah.
I saw you guys got together and did an interview yesterday. Was that
We
fun?
did.
That's
It was
awesome.
crazy.
It was crazy.
Of course,
Why?
Demon Hunter would be pretty cool.
Just sirens going off and ambulances and yeah.
Oh yeah,
In the middle of the interview,
that's
but it was
another
fun.
conversation.
Yes.
All right, so I love asking. Also, guys, I'm going to open up the floor to audience questions soon. Just bear with me. I'm going to get to your mind. I'd love to talk to you guys, and we are bribing you. Like, come hang out. I know it's been a while, and also I know you guys do so much. But is there a favorite moment that you saw? First of all, you have to record it, do the work, everything like that. Is there a favorite moment that you saw in Digimon that you were a part of that sticks out in your mind that you would call your favorite moment for your character?
Absolutely. When TK punches Ken right in the mouth. I have that on repeat in the background of my house. I'm just like, that's right, that's TK.
And War Greymon was sort of passed out, and Ty was like, War Greymon, you gotta come through, you know, like it was a very moving part. Oh, that was the best. That's awesome.
I mean, I recorded, I don't remember a lot of the
It's a
recording.
long time ago.
It was a long time ago, but I do love, like, when I learned that Zoe always said molto bene. Molto bene, no! She wasn't. I don't know where that came from. I think it was probably in the story, and I'm not remembering it, but I just thought that was so cute every time she said it.
Mine definitely was the first episode when I got to see myself on TV for the first time, doing voiceovers as Takato, and then in the studio doing the final episode when I realized that it's not just doing a cartoon voice, but that it is a heavily skilled and challenging job that we do with the scene where Takato has to say goodbye to Guilmon and how difficult that was. So yeah, beginning and end.
Also, when we found out it was a movie, you know, when it was going to be a real deal movie, it was like, wait a minute, this is going to be released and it's a movie. We didn't have social media. We had none of that back then, you know. I don't think we even had cell phones back then, you know.
It was in the
Like
newspaper.
20 years ago. We
I had
found out in the
a
newspaper.
pager.
We had a pager, exactly. But that was pretty cool because they hadn't really come out with many animated movies at that time.
Right.
You know, we looked it up yesterday. Do you remember that at least my season was 51 episodes? That doesn't really happen anymore, right?
Really?
Digimon
Like
Tamers was
26.
51 episodes. So Netflix, what, you get 13, whatever? Like
Yeah,
in
short
this new world
seasons.
that we're in, it doesn't happen anymore. So that was a good part of a year and a half that you got to work.
Amazing, amazing. Oh man, I could honestly keep talking to you guys forever, but I am going to open up the floor to any of you guys that want to come up, and please grab some freebies when you come up. Yes, this handsome gentleman in the yellow jacket. Come on up.
The question is for Brian, but it could be for anyone else. But with any scenes that you did, is there any scene that quote unquote emotionally wrecked you?
Definitely the last scene.
The last scene?
Yeah, we arranged it so it's the last scene of Digimon Tamers, and it's the last scene that they recorded. And Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, who was directing, was crying, and I was crying. I was also crying because it was the end of the series, and it was my first show, so now I was going back to being an unemployed actor. So there's that sadness as well. But it was so well written and so well directed by Mary Elizabeth that kind of wrecked me. Still does when I watch it back.
Anyone else want to chime in on that?
Nothing wrecked you, Lex?
I don't, yeah.
All right, anyone else want to ask a question? Yes, come on up.
So my question is, and you briefly touched upon it a little while ago, where all of you play a few hundred characters each. Yeah. So all the Digimon have different looks, different personalities, different headspaces. How, just from an actor's perspective, how do you change yourself into giving a specific character a voice that's unique from all the other dozens and hundreds of characters you've done,
And how do you remember how to do the voice the next time you're asked to do it?
Great question.
Well, how we remember is usually when we come back, they go, here's the reference from what you did last time. That's easy. How we create it is we usually work with the director and ask them what they have in mind for the character. And they can give us a few adjectives, heroic this, depressed, high-pitched, low-pitched, evil, happy, that kind of thing.
It also helps to see a picture if they have like a visual.
When we're really lucky, they'll show us a picture. But often when we're there, they'll just show us the video of what that character is. And then we also get to listen to what the original Japanese actor did, not to copy them so much, but to get a feel for like what the emotional content of what their performance was about. And then we can sort of adapt. And then we work with the director, usually. You want to chime in other than that?
Brian.
That covers it. I think you covered it.
Yeah. That's kind of how we work, no matter what shows we're doing, is all those things.
Awesome, I love that. Guys, are there any more questions out there? Yes, please come on up and also grab a freebie. Also, little secret, I knew those dudes that asked questions, so they don't get any freebies. But
You get nothing.
One of those?
You want this?
Freebie.
Who do you want? Magna Digimon or, Omnimon's right there.
Omnimon.
What? That hurt my feelings.
Didn't pick Omnimon?
Oh, you got Katamon on your shirt. That's a great shirt.
Okay.
What would be your Digidestin crest?
You guys know Crests?
No.
That's
For first season, yeah.
Remind us.
Okay, so in season 1, they were Crests, and basically,
Like courage,
yeah,
things like
exactly.
that, right? Yeah, I
I was
know.
about to go a noun or a verb. What is that?
Do you remember what TK's was?
Hope.
Oh yeah, mine was hope for TK.
Mine would probably be like joy or compassion, one of those.
Oh, awesome.
Gratitude.
Determination.
Ooh, those are all great answers. Also, great question, by the way. That was awesome. All right, guys, I'm gonna keep going, but also I hope. Oh yes. Oh yeah. I want you guys up here. That's what I want. Come on up. Come on up. Hop in line. Grab something free. What's up, man?
This is for Doug. Do you have a Digimon figurine? And for everyone else, do you have a figurine Digimon?
Say it again.
A figurine, we have figures.
I have been looking for a TK, and I just heard through the grapevine that there's going to be a Funko Pop coming out this fall. Yeah, and Patamon's going to have his own, or her own. Was it a boy or a girl?
We need a War Greymon Funko Pop too. What's
Yeah,
going on?
so yes, they're coming out, so I'm very excited about it.
That's
That's amazing.
That's brilliant.
I've got some action figures. War Greymon has these big figures in these giant boxes. Those are very cool.
Yes.
And at my table, I've got this collector's edition lenticular 3D 11 by 17 print. It's amazing. Just to check out, you don't have to get it. You can get it, but it's really, really cool. There's only 200 of them in the whole world.
I've got tons of stuff. One in a box marked mine, one in a box marked eBay. But I think they're both mine.
Have any of you guys ever played any of the Digimon World games?
Have we what? Played games?
Games, Digimon World games.
I don't think so.
I haven't, but I bet they're fun.
Is that the card game? Is that those cards?
No, they're the cartoon games.
RPG? Oh, no. I haven't seen that.
I'm curious as to why we wouldn't have, I guess.
Were we
could have
in
done
them?
those, yeah.
We probably recorded them.
Are
but
they
I-
in Japanese?
They are, but they didn't really have voice over lines
Oh,
yet.
that's why.
That would be
They
why.
had to read back then.
Read the lines. They didn't have the memory to put audio on a game back then.
Right. I have an Atari and I play Pong, so that's where I am.
Tetris.
Yes.
Duck Hunt.
Dig Dug.
You dig Doug. I dig Doug.
Centipede.
Hello.
Hi, so my question is, obviously, you guys have been doing this for a very long time. I'm sure the process from the beginning, auditioning, recording, everything to the end has probably changed a lot from down to until now.
Yeah.
So my question is, what is all of your most favorite or least favorite change you have just seen from exactly the Digimon days until your most recent project?
Recording from home. Since the pandemic happened, a lot of us had to basically, most of us have microphones and stuff at home to audition. But like myself, well, you know, Michelle married a sound engineer, so she kind of lucked out there. But most of us had to scramble during the pandemic because there was no going into the studio anymore. So I had to learn the hard way to make my home booth broadcast quality. So that's been the wonderful thing for me, being the father of a 5-year-old, is that I have more time to play with my son. So that's cool.
So you do like recording from home?
Oh, yeah.
You say that?
This is probably an unpopular opinion, but my least favorite change is not going in for an audition. We send in remote auditions, and I think we miss out on the feedback during an audition to make adjustments and changes that possibly are getting us the jobs. Similarly for on camera, for sure.
Yeah.
So I don't like recording my auditions from home on my own with my opinion.
You're self-directing.
You're self-directing, and
It's hard.
we're all smart, but there may be something else that they're looking for,
Yeah.
and they may not take the time to send us back an email saying, change this, adjust this.
Yeah.
One of my favorite changes since I started was back in the day, now we have digital recording, and we have these things called the beeps, which are 3 beeps, and on the 4th beep, you deliver your line. So it's beep, 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 hi, Ty, whatever, right? So back when we started, this is 27 years ago for me, but when I started, we did not have beeps. There was no digital recording. We were recording on tape. And in order, we had time code that we looked at. So it was like at 1 hour, 4 minutes, 32 seconds, and 18 frames, you have to say the first line. The second line comes at 1 minute, 4 hours, you know, all that stuff. So we literally had to be watching a spinning time code that was really going fast, and then acting within the mouth flaps and trying to get it all done. And that change was fantastic. It was like, you can just act, we'll move it over, we'll compress it, we'll expand it. If it doesn't work right, we'll rewrite the line, we'll do it again. It's just a digital thing, we'll move it around. But that's one of the most significant changes since I've been doing it, that is like a huge relief.
But that also means that we're moving a lot faster.
Yeah, we move a lot faster.
You know, we used to do like 25 loops an hour. I mean, a lot of us were doing more than that, but that's what would be scheduled.
Yeah,
Now you're at like 40 loops an hour minimum, right?
So every minute you have to be doing a line.
You have to really be on and getting that sync, you know.
Yeah.
It's very technical work.
It is. Yes, or paragraphs or whatever. Yeah.
And there's also a shorthand when you're reading it as an actor. It's like an actual language for voice actors in anime. There's like a / after the line. If you have a big paragraph, there's a line, a / which means you take a beat because the mouth closes. And then you say the next part of it, and then there's an upside down little caret, which means it's like a micro beat. And then, you know, there's all these little things. A dash means that sentence goes right into the next sentence. You know, you're not going to have any pause at all, even though normally speaking, at a period, you would stop for a moment, you know. So disregard the commas, disregard the punctuation. It's all like the shorthand of these little symbols and stuff when you're recording, which is challenging.
Great question.
Good question, good question. I can sign that Omnimon later for you.
Hi.
Hello. I was wondering, are there any particular favorite villains from Digimon you like?
Ken, because I kicked his butt.
I don't necessarily think he's a villain, but Impmon was pretty cool. Right?
Great question.
Hi.
Hi.
So mine's
We're no freebies, take my phone. I'm sorry.
Similar question, but what are your guys' favorite Digivices? So I have them here if you guys want to take a look.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, go for it. Favorite Digivices. So it's like season 1.
This is like an iPhone 13? This is cool. Well, of course. I mean, Takato's, yeah.
Yes, Digitamers.
Yeah,
they got the
Digimon
cards.
Tamers. I love that one. I think I have 2 of those at home. Yes.
Oops,
This is
Those are personal pictures.
Whoa!
That's not a Digibox.
Somebody's digivolving in a way I hadn't imagined.
I'm sorry.
Digiwoopsify.
Yeah, don't, yeah.
I think everyone's gonna choose their Digimon.
Yeah, of course, yes.
I mean,
What about yours, Lex? War Greymons?
hey, what is your favorite? Question man. What is your favorite Digimon?
What's your favorite question,
I
man?
like the adaptations because the whole card animation and everything. So yeah.
Me too. No, I'm just kidding. Me too.
Very nice meeting you guys.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's mine too.
How's it going?
Hi.
Wonderful.
So there's like, I don't know, it feels like extra kind of like nostalgia around Digimon. There's like a really good spot for it. There's cards, there's games, there's like the Adventure Cry stuff, like all that kind of stuff. Is there like a returning like story or like anything you think would be really cool to kind of like maybe explore like from some of this from your character or anything like that? Or just something that you think would be cool to see?
I want to see them all as adults and like how crappy life has become, and they're all like they all have kids and they're just like, don't do it, it's awful, you'll break your heart. That would be TK's voice. No, don't get it, don't do it.
I'd like to see them all in a sitcom, like Friends, but they're all.
Right.
It would be fun to see all the seasons combined, right? See them live in the similar world. That would be fun.
That'd be pretty
Are
cool.
we doing that in Digidestined?
I think that's happening, isn't it?
Digital multiverse?
Digidestined.
Yes. Thank you.
I didn't want to plug our own show, but sorry.
Yeah, you
Plug
did.
it. And there's more Digimon coming for those. You didn't hear it from me, but
You didn't hear it from my email.
What?
Tell us what you got, Lex.
I'm not allowed to say, but so
Like
much.
you just said.
So much of my work is NDA that it's part of my DNA. But yeah, I'm saying it. I'm saying it out loud. There's more Digimon coming.
Yes, we love to do that. All right, guys.
But they're dressed as Pokemon. Sorry, I shouldn't say that word.
No, can't say the B word here.
War Greymon is there.
All right, guys, we have so many cool things going on, but I want to wrap this up. It's been so great talking to you guys. It's been awesome. But I need to plug everyone here on this panel. Tell us what you're up to, what you want to tell the people, and also where they can find you before the convention ends. Lex, do you want to start us off?
Yes. I'll speak for everybody. Firstly, where you can find us, the actors area, the voice actors area. You can find us all there after this panel, I believe, right? No other panels right up, right? We're all good for that. And then let's see, you can find Michelle and me on Lupin the Third. We're doing a lot of that. That's a really awesome show.
I'm on that
Oh, and
too.
Doug, of course. Zenigata.
Lupin the Third, Zenigata.
And then Jujutsu Kaisen, of course, season 2 coming up in July. It's going to be sick. What else? Some Digimon stuff coming, and
Secret Digimon
stuff. Instagram at Lex Lang and Lex Lang TikTok. Check those out. What else? I think that's about it for now. Everything else is NDA. Oh, one more thing. Star Wars fans, anybody?
Woo!
Okay, the new Fallen Order Part 2 is coming out, and I played a big character in that, Stormtrooper Commander in that. He used to have a number, but now his name is Carl. They named him Carl, but he's in the credits. He's still got a number. Anyway, there you go.
You can find me on Twitter at Doug Erholtz. Pretty much all my socials are my name because nobody else wanted it, so that's good. I will be playing Grogu's father, I'm joking, totally joking. I have a lot of NDA stuff. I do have a cute show that's on Netflix called Brown and Friends, if anybody's heard of it. It's from a property called Line Friends. It's kind of like the Sanrio stuff, like Hello Kitty. That's on Netflix. And a bunch of other new stuff I'm developing. So keep staying tuned.
Watch. Well, follow us on our social media, and then we will be posting when these cool shows come out.
Yes. So my social is Michelle Ruff, VO1. That's Twitter and Instagram. Michelle Ruff. I can't remember. It could be Michelle Ruff VO1. Bleach, of course, is back in a big way.
Bleach.
So you
The
can,
three of us are on Bleach.
yeah, you can find me there. Lupin, of course. I have some video game stuff coming out, all NDA, so I can't really tell you what. But that will be forthcoming this year. And I also directed an original animated show called Aurora, which I am in, Johnny Youngbosch is in, Steve Bloom, John Eric Bentley. So if you want to check that out, we just, this guy from Kentucky, Ray Kaufman, he is animating the entire pilot by himself. So I know. So once that's done, hopefully we'll find somebody to pick it up and you'll get to see the whole series. So it's called Aurora.
And also, if you guys like Crash Bandicoot, Crash Team Rumble is coming out soon. Reprising my role as Dr. Cortex.
For me, socials, Twitter, Instagram, at Brain Beacock. TikTok is at Monokuma Brian B. It's crazy, insane. Coming up, I'm still in Boruto as Chojuro. Yumachika will return in the second half of Bleach, coming up soon. Season 3 of Blue Exorcist as Shima. And of course, Akutagawa returns in Bungo Stray Dogs, coming soon, thankfully. I will be signing just from 4 to 5 today. I've got one more panel, a Bleach panel, from 3 to 4 on the main stage, and then we'll be back at our tables for the last hour if you want to come say hi to us.
Copy that for me.
Yes. Thanks,
Copy
guys.
that.
Awesome, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Let's give it up for our amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Awesome.
We love you guys.
Thank you for everything. You guys have a great rest of the con. Go see these guys, get something signed, take a picture, do your thing. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And also, Digimon are the champions.